Okay, well, as I told you guys yesterday, I'm going to make a video about how to combine two images together. So I'm going to replace this sky with part of this sky. And one thing I do want to point out is that you want to be careful to match the lighting and location of the bright lighting. Most of the bright lighting in this image is over here because you want something to explain why this area is bright. So it's on the wrong side. So I'm going to go to image, rotation, flip horizontal. So you may have to do that, to get your sunlight or your rays of light or whatever it is in the right direction. Now I'm going to go back to here and I need to erase just the sky. Here's the horizon line where the ocean is. And so I'm going to use the polygonal lasso tool. Try to select an image that's easy to, use an image that's easy to select to choose a sky rather than making something too complicated, unless you're into that. So the polygonal tool, this tool makes straight lines. Now, you see we have a problem here. I don't want to take part of that rock out of the image. This is a little Corona del Mar in Orange County. So what I need to do then is to take something out. So I'm going to push Alt, and then you'll see, if you can see it on my screen, there's a little minus symbol next to the polygonal lasso tool. But I'm going to go to the quick selection here, and I'm just going to select, or actually now I'm deselecting this part of the stone. So that will stay when I erase the sky. Now, unfortunately, the background is locked. If I try to erase it now, if I push delete, the content aware is going to really make this look weird. So, not a problem. I just double click, unlock it, okay, and then push delete. All right, now, very important. Deselect this before you go on. Otherwise, you're going to get messed up when you try to move things around. Now I'm going to go to the other image, and I flipped it already. I'm also going to save that if I didn't already. This way I don't have to flip it again later on if I mess up. Now I'm going to move it over, and if you hold down Shift when you move it, it will center itself with the other image. Okay. Now you notice they're not exactly the same size. That's okay. Before I do anything else, what I want to do is to drag this layer below the bottom layer. So that's my background sky. Now I'm going to just stretch it out here so it fits in those parameters. And then I'm going to just move it up some. There might be a little extra on the side. You can crop that out later. Now there's just not enough showing here, okay? So what I'm going to do is click on the foreground image and just move it down some. There's a lot of different ways to do this. You could come down much farther, but I just want to keep things kind of the way they are right now. You can see there's a lot more to show, and it might make it even more beautiful. But I'm going to bring it back up here just to show this. I ran into a problem a while ago, which I still can't figure out what happened. And it left a line right here. I hope it doesn't happen this time. So I'm going to go ahead and change the color on this layer. So I'm going to go back. I want this color to match more what's going on here. So I'm going to go to image adjustments. I could try use saturation, but it changes everything. And I would lose some color where I needed it. I'm going to cancel that. I could go to image adjustments, color color balance, and that's going to change things too, but it might add warmth or coolness where I don't want it. What I'm going to do is go to image adjustments, and I'm going to go to photo filter. A photo filter will add a slight color cast or a much larger color cast to your image depending upon what you want to do. But But the warming filter here, this is what I started with. This will warm it up some. I'm not so sure I like how these colors match though. So I'm going to try a different color. I'm going to go to the blue filter here and play with the density on that. More density means more blue, right? So what can I get here that kind of matches up with some of the blue going on in this image? This also picks up some of the peaks. So just for now, I'm going to go with this. Now I'm going to do, I got things kind of the way I want them. I'm just going to leave it again for the sake of time, and I'm going to do layer flatten image. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out to show you something. I did not quite get the edges exactly right, but what you can do if you make that mistake after the fact, go back to your cropping tool. I would suggest 12 inches and just bring the cropping in a little bit. I think I want to take some of this out more than what I want to take out in the sky. You can see the little lines coming out now. And then view fit on screen. Okay, and there you have a pretty good approximation of what this might look like in outer space. So I'm going to save as. Now, if you don't finish this, save it as a PSD, but I'm going to call it New Sky. Whoa, and 1. Just New Sky 1 JPEG. If you weren't finished yet, you would call it New Sky 1 PSD. Right.